Should LeBron retire? All right, folks, let's have the conversation. Let's talk about the question no Lakers fan really wants to ask out loud, especially right now. It's tricky, it's loaded, it's uncomfortable, but it's been hanging in the air like a half-court buzzer beater. Is it really time for LeBron James to retire? Yeah, I said it. It's sacrilegious, blasphemous, borderline offensive depending on who you're talking to. But after the Los Angeles Lakers just got booted from the playoffs in 5 measly games by the Minnesota Timberwolves, a team whose combined playoff facial hair can't match LeBron's beard, we need to have a real conversation. Make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel if you like this video. Trust me, we have plenty more waiting for you. Let's dive in. This one's gonna sting, Laker Nation, but it has to be said. The Minnesota Timberwolves, yes, those Timberwolves, just beat the Lakers in 5 games. 5. They didn't just win, they handled him. Anthony Edwards put on a clinic. Rudy Gobert, yes, Rudy Gobert, turned the paint into a no-fly zone. Julius Randle locked in like his life depended on it. And LeBron? He looked, well, old. Not washed, not terrible. Just human and at times frustrated. At other times, he was deferential. He led the team in multiple ways, but the impact wasn't the same. He couldn't put the game in a headlock like he used to. There was a time when LeBron facing a young, hungry team like the Wolves meant one thing. He'd bury them under 35-10-10 in a series of chase-down blocks that made opponents consider therapy. Now, the Wolves ran them out of the gym. If that's not a wake-up call, I don't know what is. The league has moved on. It's a new era, and the king is no longer dictating the terms. And that's partly because, well, he's no longer a young man. LeBron James is 40 years old. Let's pause for a second and let that marinate. This man has been in the NBA longer than TikTok has existed. He was drafted when George W. Bush was president. Yeah, by Usher was the #1 song when LeBron was a rookie. People were still using flip phones, Netflix-mailed DVDs, and yet here he is in 2025, still averaging nearly 25 points a game, still running the floor like a freight train, still leading the Lakers in just about every way. It's insane and unlike anything we have ever seen before. No one has played like LeBron at this age, and honestly, no one ever will again. The man remains one of the most elite and impactful players on earth. And that's part of the problem, because while his stats remain elite, the cracks are beginning to show. Not in his game necessarily, but in what surrounds it. He's no longer just a basketball player. He's a basketball patriarch, a mentor, a brand, a producer, an aging superstar, trying to keep up with a league that's gotten younger, faster, and more positionless by the minute. He's still great, but greatness at 40 looks different. It comes with longer rests, less defense, more coasting, less fourth-quarter takeover. You can't outrun Father Time forever, even if you're on the same diet as Tom Brady and allegedly spend $2 million on body maintenance every year. LeBron's IQ is still off the charts. His court vision? Timeless. But there are possessions, too many frankly, where you can see him choosing not to rotate, not to contest, not to sprint, because even LeBron's legs have limits. The Lakers recently acquired Luka Doncic, a massive trade that sets the stage for decades to come. That was a HGU surprise and relief to LA fans, but it didn't change one undeniable fact. LeBron is getting older and costing them a ton of money. Okay, let's talk about cash. LeBron is set to earn $52 million next season, assuming he opts in. That's not a typo, $52 million. Now let's also talk about what that does to a team's flexibility. That kind of cash eats half the cap. It forces you to fill out the roster with vet minimums and G-Leaguers, especially when the Lakers are also about to offer Luka a king's ransom to stay in Los Angeles. Paying both LeBron and Luka limits the Lakers' ability to chase stars, pay key role players, or heaven forbid, build for the future. The Lakers, bless their purple and gold hearts, have been stuck in win-now mode since LeBron arrived in 2018. And sure, it worked once. The bubble title in 2020 counts. Absolutely. But since then, they have faced multiple first-round exits and a bunch of false starts in the playoffs. Even with the addition of Luka, the Lakers were hurting in the postseason this year. So now the Lakers are paying top dollar for a roster that's constantly aging, constantly scrambling, constantly trying to make this year the year. How many times can we say this is LeBron's last chance for a ring? The hard truth? If LeBron retired tomorrow, the Lakers would be free to spend so much more and build a deeper and younger roster around Luka. They could plan for the post-LeBron era instead of living in limbo. Right now, they're caught in the purgatory of being good, not great. And LeBron's price tag, while earned, is part of what's keeping them there. Now here's the part where we give LeBron his flowers. Because the truth is, he doesn't owe us a damn thing. We're talking about the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, four-time champion, four-time MVP, 21 All-Star selections, 10 finals appearances. He passed Kareem. He went to the finals 8 straight years. He brought a championship to Cleveland, for crying out loud. Nothing he does now will change his place in history. Whether you think he's the GOAT or the co-GOAT behind Jordan, his resume is a skyscraper. He doesn't need a farewell tour. He doesn't need to prove anything to the Wolves, or to doubters on social media, or to Stephen A. Smith. He could walk away tomorrow and still be the most scrutinized, celebrated, and accomplished player of the modern era. And maybe that's the point, because the longer he plays, the more the spotlight becomes harsh instead of warm. The more the next generation beats him, the more his myth takes dents. The more he stays, the more people forget just how dominant he truly was. Sometimes the best exit is the graceful one. So, should LeBron retire? That depends on what he wants. If he wants to win another ring, it's going to be hard, maybe impossible, unless he takes a massive pay cut, joins a ready-made contender, and plays the Dwyane Wade in 2013 role instead of being the alpha. If he wants to spend more time with Bronny and Luka, well, that means he needs to stick around, but also manage expectations. If that's the case, the upcoming seasons won't be about winning, but instead will be about legacy. It'll be a nice end to his story, but it probably won't bring any new trophies to Los Angeles. And what if he wants to cement his brand and continue being the face of a billion-dollar empire? He doesn't need the Lakers for that. He could move to, well, just about anywhere and help the Lakers free up a bunch of cap space. That's all well and good, and no one would be surprised to see LeBron sign on for a few more seasons. But if he wants to avoid watching his career end with another 5-game playoff embarrassment, it might be time. Time to let go, time to leave the game with his head high, body mostly intact, and history firmly on his side. What does LeBron want, and honestly, what is possible? That is the question that all Lakers fans are asking. We know he would love to add another ring to his collection and give LA the Larry O'Brien trophy one more time. But can he, even with the hard work and help of those like Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves? If that's not possible, it's time to ask the other question. Is it time to hang it up for good? Let's face it, watching LeBron James age has been like watching Superman slowly realize he's mortal. He still flies, and no one will ever be like him, but he needs to catch his breath, and his cape and costume aren't as bright as they used to be. He still saves the day, just not every night. And that's okay. Maybe it's time for the king to leave the throne, not because he has to, but because he can. Because LeBron doesn't need basketball anymore, but maybe, just maybe, basketball needs to learn how to live without LeBron. What do you think? Time for Bron to hang it up? Make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave your comment so you can share your thoughts. Is he the GOAT who should keep hooping, or someone who should keep his eye on retirement?